There's no easy way out. I just wanna know there's no easy way out. No easy way out. I'm not asking for another chance. The chance.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the No Easy Way Out podcast. My name is Tony, and we are coming to you as always from the Woodworth building in beautiful downtown Owasso, home to my company, AZEE Branding Solutions, where we help grow your brand from A to Z. So today we have just a VIP guest in the house, at least VIP to me, someone that's very near and dear to my heart, but also works for me. So, you know, working with family can always sometimes be a challenge, but we've seemed to do all right so far. That is my oldest son, Micah Nash. Micah, welcome to the show, man.
How's it going, guys? Nice to be here.
Yeah, so you've been behind the camera for a lot of these episodes. You've helped us produce a lot of these episodes. You've edited a lot of these episodes, but you've never actually got to sit in the
time.
chair. How's it feel?
First time, it's different. You know, I can understand where people are coming from when they say it's different being on the other side, because it really is.
The lights turn on.
Yeah,
You're a
the
little
lights are
nervous,
bright. The
not
lights
sure
are
what to
bright.
do with your hands.
But I'm excited.
You just kind of
I'm excited.
You checked your hair about 37 times. And so,
look
hey, it's good. So Micah is our video guy, or one of our video guys. He cinematography, editing, lighting,
All of it.
action, all of those things.
Do it all.
So, in your own words, tell our audience a little about what you do here at AZEE.
So I do most of the video here at AZEE. So that's everything from the filming to the editing to the finalizing of that, and sometimes the script planning, which is pretty fun. So I get to go with a client and video what their vision is, and then turn that vision into reality through video. So it's pretty awesome.
Awesome. So, what do you enjoy most about working here so far? I mean, you've been working here for like 4 or 5 years on and
yeah.
off, but now you're full time. So, what do you enjoy most about it?
One of the best things is there's a lot of great people that work here, and it's great to be able to collab with them because it's a very collaborative space, and I really enjoy that. And then, you know, I just love being able to create and fulfill, you know, a client's vision and kind of take something that's non-existent and then put it on the video and put it out so the whole world can see, and it's great. I love it. I like being creative.
Awesome. So, we have a rule in our house with our adult children that if they're, do I got something on my shirt? Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. You got to make sure you take care of those in the morning. We'll just throw that behind there. So we have a rule in our house. You got to keep the ears clean, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up, Isaiah.
Gotta be ready in any second.
So the first, 3 minutes of this episode, you got the Q-tip. So we'll make that the thumbnail. So anyways, we have a rule in our house with our adult children that when they get out of high school, we kind of talk about what is the plan for their life, what's the next step. And so, sometimes that requires going to college, sometimes that doesn't. But we do have a rule that you need to go away from home for at least a year, far enough away where your mom can't do your laundry. And so Micah decided to go to Pensacola Christian College for a year. So tell us what that was like. What'd you study and what was that like?
So I went down to Pensacola College for a year, as he said. I studied graphic design. That was my major, which was pretty good. It was good. I really enjoyed it. My roommates were awesome. I roomed with 2 friends who I grew up with my entire life, which was cool. And then we got a random roommate, Johnny, who was one of the best friends I've ever made. So that was awesome.
Shout out to Johnny.
Shout out to Johnny. I know you're watching. I loved being able to spend time with them, and that was definitely the best part. And then Maya, my girlfriend, was down there as well, and it was great to just kind of grow with her, because you really do learn a lot being down there, even though it is kind of like a scheduled environment. You still kind of have to make your own schedule, and you got to make sure you're on time. You got to make sure you're doing your projects all on time, it was really good. I thought I growed. I thought I grew.
Didn't learn English, but he growed.
No, I didn't learn English. I thought I grew as as an adult, and it was good. I would recommend anyone coming out of high school to do at least 1 year of college. It'll benefit you greatly.
So you decided not to return for your sophomore year. What was it that made you decide, like, all right, AZEE is the path for me?
Well, I felt like the degree really wouldn't have led anywhere. Wouldn't have leaded anywhere in the future. So I thought, let's come in here, let's learn, let's plan something for the future, which is my most likely my career path here. So I thought, why put off the inevitable and just go for it. So
you've kind of determined that AZEE is the career path. As for now, have you changed your mind yet?
No, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but as for now, that's still the goal.
All right, so you have expressed interest to me, and we're going to share it with the world, that someday you maybe would like to be the CEO, the man in charge, the new brand daddy of AZEE.
We'll work on the nickname later. But yeah,
yes. That was Casey's.
yeah.
He'll give you one if he's still around.
Can't wait for that.
Tell me two things. If I said, all right, I died or I just passed it off, it's yours. What's two things you would change tomorrow?
The first thing I would change is I would make our core values an acronym so that would be easier to remember. I think that would be a lot more helpful.
We're open to that if you can do it without
I've been
changing
trying
the
to
words.
think of one, and it hasn't quite come yet, but it'll come.
right.
And then
Make up a word like you did earlier.
exactly, you just gotta think of a word and then put the letters around that. I don't know. I mean, the second thing, I don't really have anything in specific. I don't know. I can't really think of
To be a CEO, you got to be decisive.
Yeah.
And so saying I don't know what I would change, you got to have something. You're not going to hurt my feelings.
No, I mean,
Put them on the spot.
yeah, it's a tough question. I love what we do here, and I think we're improving every day, and I think we're already on the track to improvement. So we'll just have to see.
Better every day.
Exactly.
That's what we say here.
Just to keep growing every day, that would be what I would change.
So we kind of have set up a unique pay structure for Micah because if he indeed wants to take over someday, I want to help set him up for success. And of course, I've put in a lot of sweat, blood, and tears building this thing. And so I think just handing it off is never a wise thing to do. And so I think a young man going through the struggles is an important thing. So we've set him up, basically started him paying barely more than minimum wage and given him the incentive that we'd give him a raise for every new thing that we do that he learns. So how many of those things have you learned so far?
Well, it's been pretty busy in video, and that's not an excuse, but that's true. But yesterday, I actually learned DTG and vinyl and heat press. So if anyone needs any vinyl done, hit me up.
There's a raise coming. Is what
Hit
he's
me
trying
up.
to say.
There's a raise coming. That's mostly why I learned it. But hey, if you need any DTG or vinyl, I got you.
He was doing it yesterday. I go down there. He's like, I know how to do this now, right? So I knew what that meant.
I'm making
That was-
sure I'm getting that dollar, that raise. That's important to me.
So I know, like right now, you're spending a majority of your time doing video. That's really keeping you busy. But in your opinion, what are the elements that make for a great video?
The things that make for a great video, I would say, are creativity and inspiration. Finding a way to take what you filmed and film it creatively, for one, and then take that and turn it into something that's going to inspire people to either shop with that business or do business with that business, or maybe plan an event with them, or maybe go to the next event with them. Something that's going to take what you did and make it interesting enough to people where it kind of maybe pricks on their heartstrings a little bit and makes them want to continue with that client or do business with that client.
Good answer. I like that. So why do you think, in your opinion, why is video such an important piece that businesses should include in their marketing?
I think because it gives a great insight into what you do in a short amount of time. We do a lot of 30-second commercials, and you can fit a whole story within that 30-second commercial.
If you're good.
And if you're good at it, and you can really change someone's mind just with a quick video, because then they have visuals. You got the music to give some emotion to it. You got people speaking, which can give a lot of information in a short amount of time. So I think because it's a good way to summarize your whole business or your brand within a short amount of time that people can actually see and
Get a
hear.
lot of information, a little bit. People's attention spans are short.
Very short.
And so, there's all kinds of statistics we could share about why video is the most compelling, why it grabs people's attention, at least good video. So, we believe strongly, there's a lot of things that we do for businesses, but we believe strongly that every business should be incorporating video into their marketing strategy, as it is the most effective medium right now. And we happen to know some really good video people if that's you and you need help. So I get to tell people all the time what I want them to know about AZEE, but I'm curious, what does Micah Nash want the people watching to know about AZEE?
I mean, we say it all the time. We can help your brand grow your brand from A to Z. Anything you need with your brand, we got you. I mean, we can take your brand from down here and bring it up to the next level. So I would say for anyone starting or anyone who's in the midst of their brand, just come let us help you grow and help us to take you to that next level, because that's what we're good at. It's what we're
Let's grow with you.
professionals at. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we truly care. We're not here to make money. We actually want to help you grow your brand and actually help you get to the next level, because we care and we want to partner with you and make you successful.
I think it's interesting you said that, because that is something that I've tried to emphasize with obviously my son, but also our team, is that we're not just pushing product here. Like we could. There's been many times where we could have sold a business something that they were willing to pay for, but we truly are thinking about how is what we're creating going to help this business grow? How's it going to help them sell more barbecue? How's it going to help them, sell more cookies or whatever it is their business is? And, so when we're doing something, we have that care as if it were our business trying to grow, and we try to approach it that way. And it's not that everything that we've ever done, not that everything that we've done always works, but if it doesn't, we're thinking about it and trying to come up with a better way to improve upon it so that we can help grow your brand. So, all right, so now we're going to move into our 50 questions segment.
Ready?
And this is how I'm going to get to know my son, or how the world is going to get to know my son. So are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, Micah, how did you start your day today?
Read my Bible.
Good start. If you could spend the day with anyone in the world, who would that be?
Probably either Ryan Reynolds or Stephen Curry.
All right. And what would you do with Ryan Reynolds or Stephen Curry?
Ryan Reynolds, I would just laugh and have a good time, just get to know him. Steph Curry definitely play some basketball, maybe teach me how to shoot better.
I would like to see that one-on-one match. What do you think the score would be?
Up to 7. I think I'd get a basket or
You
two.
get one bucket?
I think I'd get a basket or two.
He's not a great defender.
He's a decent defender, I think.
Decent.
But I'm just a greater offender.
Oh, I get it. Okay. What is one thing that you'd love to master?
Just public speaking. Public speaking for sure.
All right. If you could trade jobs with anyone at AZEE, who would that be?
Boss man, you.
Just me?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, not available right now, but someday maybe.
We'll see.
Call or text?
Text.
All right. Who was the last person you texted?
Maya, my girlfriend.
All right. Do we want to ask what you said to her?
I asked her if she had my hoodie, and
Oh.
she said no.
She
So
found-
I'm still missing my hoodie.
But you found one.
Yes, I found one.
By the way, you designed that hoodie. That design that was for an art project at school.
did.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, this was a one of our design projects for school. It was just something that they said, turn a word into something creative. And so this
The word had to represent what it was, right?
Yeah. So like you take the word and you turn that into whatever it is. So if it's like ocean, like the word would look like waves or something like that. Something creative. I think it's called typography. So this was I chose the word laces and turned the laces obviously into the laces of the shoe. And this was all done by hand, so it's a little rough. But then we digitized it and put it on the hoodie. So.
And it became pretty popular down in Florida. You sold a bunch of them down there.
I sold a bunch of them down at college. A lot of people loved them, and that was pretty cool to see someone wearing on campus something that you designed. It was really awesome. So
If you'd like a Laces hoodie, let us know in the comments, and we'll get you one, man, for
Contact
sure.
AZEE Branding Solutions.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take care of that. Okay, back to the 50 questions. Where were you born and raised?
I would say I was born and raised in Owasso. We lived in New York for a little bit when I was really young, but I would say I was born and raised in Owasso.
And where did you go to high school?
Emmanuel Baptist School in Corona.
So you were a part of the 2021 state championship basketball team. Besides cutting down the nets, what was your best memory about playing basketball in high school?
Just being with all the guys, we had a great team. We had guys that really, were there for each other, and we grew a lot spiritually and mentally off the court, which is something that I love, and then we have that bond, that lasts forever. So
what do you miss the most about high school basketball? That was a big part of your life at one point.
it was. I pretty much put all my high school time into basketball. I would just say, you don't get to see and build with your friends that you grew up with every day, which is a big thing that was very important to me growing up. And I got to help them grow in all aspects of their life, I would say, and they helped me grow a lot. So I would just say I missed the camaraderie and just that bond that we had in high school.
And the fact that people would actually pay money to come watch
Yeah,
you
the fact
play.
that people would cheer for me, that's a huge plus.
We played at our men's league last night. It was our tournament, and it just rained the whole time, but it was outdoors. And, it's the tournament. Nobody comes. I think, my wife and his girlfriend came and my son's girlfriend, but they're texting the whole time. They don't really care.
Right.
So having that time where people actually care about watching you play.
Yeah.
What would you say was your best game as a high school player?
I would say my best game. Well, there's two that I think of, but when I was in 10th grade, it was our first tournament game, and I was at 10th grade at the time, and I just was really focused on the game all day, and I went out and kind of carried our team and had my 35-point game, and then also hit a buzzer beater to send it into overtime. We ended up losing in overtime, but it was just kind kind of my first game where I got to like lead the team and kind of take charge and like kind of put them on my back. So it was pretty good. And then my second best game, I would say, we played at this gym, Bridgeport Baptist Academy. And to me, their gym is the worst gym to play
Every
in.
player I've ever had said it's the hardest gym to shoot
It's
at.
tile floors, it's brick, city off the backboards because they're just
Their rim is
steel
so
rims.
stiff, yeah.
And I just every time I would play, I'm like, I hate playing here. I can never make a shot here. It's awful. And so this game, I just determined I'm not gonna care about that. I'm just gonna go out there and shoot. And I actually I hit 9 threes that game and had like a 36-point game, which is my highest game I ever had. So it was really good.
lost.
And we lost, but it was just like a
Both
confidence.
of your best games we lost. You
We
realize
did.
that, right?
I know. Maybe got to pass the ball more, but
His brother's over nodding yes, pass the ball more.
But it's just great because it's like a confidence. It's like, hey, it doesn't matter how bad the rim is. You just shoot. If you swish
shoot.
it doesn't matter if it hits the rim.
Shooter
or
can
not.
shoot on any rim.
That's right.
Right. Yeah, I remember both of those games. That was good. And I was going to ask what was your best shot, but you already said it. That was your 3-point buzzer beater.
Yeah.
It was like almost from half court.
Peaked too early. That was in 10th grade. I peaked too early.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so there is a documentary that was created by you and Zach Snyder. Kind of worked on the project together, and it's
Shout out to
called.
Zach.
It's out to Zach Snyder. If he's watching, probably not if it's before 1 p.m. There's a lot of tearful moments in the doc of Micah Nash. That's just crying like a baby.
Yes.
What's it like watching yourself cry on camera?
It's awful. It's terrible. My crying voice has been compared to Rocky Balboa before with the "Yo, Adrian," because I got a
can see it.
pretty terrible cry. But that's just what you were feeling in the moment. It was true. So
It was true.
there's part of it that's awful, but there's part hey, people can actually see the real me.
It's the
Just
moment. Yeah,
an
he cries
emotional
all
guy.
the time. He
Emotional
cries all
guy.
the time. So why should people go watch the documentary No Quit?
You'll be inspired. I mean, it's really all about no quit. Our team, kind of started from a place where we really thought we would be something good, and then kind of went downhill, and we got to a point where all right, maybe this is not it. Maybe it's time to give up. But then you kind of brought in this no quit mentality, and we kind of came from the bottom and brought it all the way back to win the championship. I mean, it's a true inspiring story. So if you want to be inspired, go watch it.
Started from the bottom.
Now we're here.
Drake wrote a song about it. So
He did.
Yeah.
Overrated artist though.
I also was going to ask who's your favorite basketball player and why, but you already talked about Steph Curry.
Well, I
so
mean, if you want to talk all the time though, it's MJ. I mean, he's the GOAT.
favorite of all time is MJ.
But I mean, Steph's definitely my favorite current, and it's definitely second favorite all time. But you can't beat the GOAT. So
All right. So what have you done for the first time recently?
what have I done for the first time recently? I gave a lesson to our Maximum Impact Club at our church, which is the younger group at our church, 1st through 6th. It was my first time ever giving a lesson to them. I gave a salvation message, and I think some kids got saved, so it was pretty awesome. I love
Awesome.
that.
In 10 years, what will you regret doing way too much of?
That's tough. I mean, probably sleeping. I mean, you always think you can get more time in, not sleeping, so I would say sleep.
If you could resurrect one person from history and place them in today's world, who would it be?
Wow, that's a tough one. I always hear everyone get asked this question on the podcast, and I'm like, that would be so easy, but it's not an easy question. There's a lot of good people throughout
Had lots of
history.
time to think about it.
I know. I should have thought about this more. I would say probably the Apostle Paul, probably.
Oh, wow. And so what would you do with the Apostle Paul?
Just learn, learn how he got
Show
so
up at
close to
synagogues
God.
and start dropping
Get
bombs?
just start tearing down, temples and, just be on
All
fire.
right. That sounds like a fun day. What is your favorite thing about Owasso? You said we lived in New York, but then you lived in Florida.
Yeah.
You've been to Mexico, but you call Owasso home.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Owasso?
I would say just, everyone says the small town feel, and it truly is. And, it's just, I feel like it's a safe place, and you can kind of just feel free to know everyone. You can walk a lot of places, which is a huge benefit. I don't do a lot of walking, but I could if I
wanted to. It's right there.
I like being able to maybe have the option one day that I could.
I like
but,
knowing that I could walk.
It's just good. It's where I grew up, and it's just a nice town. I feel like, and I like the people here and the businesses. So.
It's like home to me.
Yeah, being in Florida, it was a lot.
Didn't feel like
different.
home, right?
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Well, I just picture you now driving down the road thinking, I could walk there. I won't, but I could.
It's a dream. Maybe one day.
Okay, so you and I share in common, and your brothers, a love for sneakers. And so I asked you to bring your top favorite Jordans of all time. I brought mine over here. We noticed that my stack is taller than yours, but that's all right.
All right. All right.
So we're going to share with the audience our top five, no particular order. Obviously, we're wearing a pair of our favorites. I'm wearing my smoke grays. This was a gift from my family for my 40th birthday.
I'll put these on. I don't know if they can see them, but
Oh, you're going to take them off?
yeah. I have an interesting story about
I guess
this.
I'm done talking about mine. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna take over here. Good work, though. My story about these. So we went to SneakerCon for the first time when I think it was in 11th grade, and I wanted to buy a pair of sneakers there, and it was really cool. I saw these from over the way. I'm like, I love pineapple, and they have this really cool
He is the pineapple
embroidered
guy.
pineapple on there, and it's a pretty cool shoe. But what was awesome about it is like first time at SneakerCon, you got to buy a pair of sneakers. And what was awesome is like they only take cash, so I had to go to the ATM and take out a whole giant wad of cash and pay the guy in cash for these. So I felt like a baller in that
Like
moment.
a baller in
So
11th grade.
It's got a
with
special
giant
place
wallet.
in my heart.
Did you walk to the ATM and then back to the guy?
No, I drove there.
Good. Okay, so back to mine. My family, I love these sneakers. These are really one of my favorites. They got the little pop of red here. Pop of red, not Papa Red. And 40th birthday, family pitched in, got me some smoke grays, so I really like it. So let's go ahead and show your first choice here.
All right.
I'll get mine ready.
I'm actually going to go in order from 5 to 1.
Okay.
Just have them that way. So this is number 5 here. This is the Air Max 1 Pada.
That was a Christmas gift.
Yep, this was Christmas, I think last Christmas, right? Yeah. Air Max 1 Pada. It's just a casual shoe. I like this little, swirl on here. It's pretty nice. Nice color. Very comfortable shoe. I would recommend anyone that's going for a first shoe. I'd say Air Max 1 is a pretty good choice.
Air Max 1 is a great shoe.
So that's number 5 for me.
It's a good entry into the game. So I got, my son pointed out that I picked a Jordan 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1. I didn't do that on purpose, but this is a Jordan 5 that I really like. This is called the Oreo. It's, all black everything. Very uncomfortable shoe. Jordan 5s are not comfortable at all. It's amazing that people used to play basketball in these. They weigh so much. It's like a brick. But Jordan played in these. This is a cool colorway. I just like it. It's clean. Also has white laces, which I like. So that's my number 5.
All right. Number 5.
Ooh, yeah.
These are the Air Jordan 11 Jubilees. It's a 50th,
25th.
25th anniversary. Jordan 11, all black, super clean, super simple. It's something I've worn them with suits many times just because, it's kind of a dressier shoe. I love it. It's a simple shoe. Jordan 11s are sweet too. So
Yeah, Jordan actually helped design the Jordan 11 with Tinker Hatfield, and he wanted the patent leather on there so that it could be worn as a dress shoe.
Yep.
And so it's classy. Jordan 11 is definitely my favorite Jordan, although I didn't bring any Jordan 11s today.
yeah.
Okay, number 4 is a Jordan 4. This is a midnight navy. I'm a blue guy. I love anything with navy blue, especially on it. These were nice. They got a little bit of red on the top and the bottom. I always like that little pop of red, as I mentioned. But that's just a clean sneaker. The Jordan 4 is definitely one of my favorite look of Jordans, and this colorway is fantastic.
All right. My number 3, these are the Why So Sad Nike SB Dunk Lows. That's a long title, but you'll get used to it. Interesting story about these. I got these when I was at college, broke college student buying sneakers. So how it works is there's an app and shoes drop and you have a limited amount of time to try to get them.
Sneakers app.
The sneakers app. If you enter into a draw, which
Almost
these were a draw.
impossible to win one of the draws.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
like 300,000 pairs of each shoe, and there's probably a couple million people entering, so it's pretty rare to get them. And I just woke up from school one morning. It was like a Saturday. I was like, oh, these are dropping. So I guess I'll just enter in. Didn't really think I was going to win. Didn't really intend to win, and end up winning these down at college. So super awesome pair. And I've loved them, and they're number 3 in my favorites. So
if you ever hit on the sneakers app, there's just that shoe just becomes a special memory because if you are a sneakerhead and you've ever used the sneakers app, it is infuriating because
I've probably tried for about 20 drops, and that's the only one I've ever.
I've probably
really
entered
won,
for 50
so.
and I've won twice.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times. So next is my 3 is a Jordan 3. I mean, this is just such an iconic shoe. Michael Jordan says that the 3s are his second favorite. The 11s are his best. But the Jordan 3 in just about any light colorway. I don't really like the black colorways of the Jordan 3, but the lighter versions with mostly white, again, that pop of red, just a clean sneaker. I probably wear these ones more than any of the other ones that I showed.
Number 2. Here's a crazy one for you guys. This is the Air Jordan 1.
Oh, the Spider-Mans.
The Air Jordan 1 Next Chapter. Across the Spider-Verse. Air Jordan 1. Across the Spider-Verse Next Chapter. Air Jordan 1's. Long title again. But these are super awesome. It takes inspiration from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is an anime movie, which is my second favorite movie of all time, by the way. And it's got all these patterns in here because he's going through the Spider-Verse, as they say. So there's all these different animation styles on the shoe, which I think is really cool. It's not everyone's favorite, but it's my second.
Yeah, it wasn't very popular when it dropped. But.
No, not very popular, but that's why I love it, because it's creative, it's unique, it definitely fits with the theme of the movie. The bottoms glow. It's got all these different textures on it, so I love it. It's awesome.
It's a collab that Nike did with Marvel, and they actually animated a shoe and put it in an animated movie, and then they made the actual shoe. It's the second version of that shoe that they've done. All right, so my number 2 is the Jordan 2 Chicago colorway. This, to me, is one of the most underrated Jordan on the market. For some reason, people they just don't get excited about 2s. I just think it's
They don't know nothing about 2s.
Yeah, I just think that it's such a classy.
Classy.
It's a classy.
It's simple.
Jordan. There's really no Jumpman logo on it. It does have the Jordan Wings logo on the tongue. Again, super bulky shoe. I don't know how you play basketball in it, but I love the Jordan 2, and this is my favorite colorway for sure.
Yeah, I love those. All right, these are my favorite shoes of all time. Not just that I own, but favorite shoes all time. I think these are just the greatest shoes to ever be created, because
The Jordan 1 origin story.
I think the best shoes ever created besides these is the original Chicago, and so to take that and Spider-Manify it, I say is pretty awesome. That's kind of my two favorite things in one. Two favorite things in one. So it comes straight out of the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is my favorite movie. So they had the shoe in the movie, and it was all animated, and they have this kind of this pixelated texture on it that they added to the shoe. So it's just like a Chicago, but with this pixelated texture.
And the bottom is a little different.
And the bottom, it was blue. I've worn these out because I got them I got these for my 16th birthday present. So I've had these for about 3 years now. So they've seen their day, but I love them. And this is my favorite shoe of all time.
It's hard to think that they're 5-6 years old.
Yeah, I mean, they came out in 2018. So it's a 5-year-old shoe. Still holding up great.
Keep them clean.
Wear your shoes, people. If you don't wear your shoes, they'll fall apart. But I've worn these.
Yeah, I mean, that is probably one of the more hyped Jordans on the market. If those were brand new, that's a very valuable shoe today.
Yes.
But again, you got to wear them. So this is one that I just most recently got for my 43rd birthday from my family. I was actually looking at these shoes online, and I thought about buying them, and I decided not to. And then a couple days later, I found out my family got them for my birthday. This is one of my favorite Jordan ones. This is called the Washed Black. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And I like gray. It's just a little pop of red. Yeah, I just think it's a clean look. I like Jordan 1s. I probably wear Jordan 1s. I'm wearing Jordan 1s today. I probably wear them the most of all the different that I wear. But, yeah, that's my favorite. And we have, between the four of us, how many Jordans or sneakers do you think we have? Probably close to 100 pairs.
Close to 100 for sure. Last time we counted, I think we had 84, and that was about a year and a half ago.
So. It's a fun hobby for us. We enjoy it. We look forward to it. We constantly have shoes that we'd like to get. Yep. And the brothers are talking about starting a sneaker podcast. So
in the pipeline.
Stay tuned for that. They're in the beginning phases of that. So tell us about your love for Spider-Man. You picked two shoes that were based off Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Where did the love for Spider-Man come from?
I think just from childhood, dude. I remember growing up on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, and I just remember, just being obsessed with it. I remember we had friends Billy, who used to pretend to be Spider-Man. I used to call him Spider-Man all the time, and it was just, it was a real part of my childhood, It's just something that was very important to me, and I don't know, just his story is great. It's just an underdog nerd story who, gets these powers and just has to save everyone and has to juggle being responsible and also being a teenager.
Walks around town a lot.
Walks a lot, swings a lot. It's just an inspiring story. Spider-Man's the best.
Mike at 2 years old would walk around church, family events, and he'd be going, psst, psst, psst. He'd just walk up to people and just do that to people.
My dream to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. I had a friend who asked me if he could dress in the Spider-Man costume. We had a second floor apartment. He's like, can I just dress up as Spider-Man, climb up your balcony and come in and then reveal my face and your son will think I'm Spider-Man forever. I'm like, go ahead. But he actually never did it. So maybe you couldn't get up the balcony. If you had an unlimited budget, could buy any pair of sneakers, which pair would you buy?
Of choice. I mean, probably the Nike Air Mags from Back to the Future. The self-lacing ones. Probably that's what I would go with. It's pretty
very ugly shoe, but it's
history. It's historical.
What do they call that? It's a grail. Thank you, Zaya.
Yes, it's a grail.
It's a grail. So the actual shoes from Back to the Future 2, the self-lacing Nikes, they made those like in 2012.
They made a couple of different versions. They had like one 2012, one 2016, 2015.
And they go for like $30,000. It's insane. Yep. But yeah, that's what you would spend your money on, though, huh? That'd be the one. Just because it's a good investment.
Just to say,
just a good investment.
Just to say.
All right. Where does? I'm sorry. What is your favorite year? Like Jordan 1, 2, 3, 4. What is your favorite year of Jordan?
That'd be the Jordan 1, first one, the classic, the OG. It's one of the most high-selling shoes of all time, and the fact that that was his first one. So if you don't know the story behind the Air Jordan 1, they made this shoe for Michael Jordan, who never played an NBA game, who never stepped foot on an NBA court. They made this shoe for him before he even, or like right when he graduated college. And it's the highest-selling shoe of all time, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, is it Air?
Yep.
Called Air. Mm-hmm. Fantastic story of how they made the Air Jordan brand. And yeah, offered Michael Jordan a biggest contract ever for a guy who had never even stepped on a court. But what's the guy's name? Sonny
Vaccaro or Vaccaro.
Sonny Vaccaro just believed that Michael Jordan was going to be something. He took a big risk, talked him into signing. They made this shoe, which everybody thought was just, as far as the executives, this is the ugliest shoe ever. And they released it, and it just became an iconic thing. And it's pretty cool. Go watch the movie Air. Yep. All right, moving on from sneakers. What is the most important quality that you think a successful person should have?
Hard work and drive, being able to put up with the tough times. You know, the tough times show how strong you are. The tough times shows your true self. When it's not easy, that's when the real you comes out. So just being able to take the tough times and roll with it. You know, roll with the punches.
Love that. What is a daily habit that everyone should do?
Read your Bible and pray. It's the most important thing you can do in your life.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel, no question.
Best MCU movie?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. They're pretty equal there, I'd say.
Worst MCU movie?
Oh, wow. Probably Miss Marvel. That's an awful movie.
Is there a movie about that?
Yeah, Miss Marvel.
That's the show. Are you thinking
Captain
Marvel? Oh, Captain Marvel.
Okay. Captain Marvel. That's the worst MCU movie.
Describe yourself as a kid. You're
Spider-Man, loving Spider-Man. Picking on my siblings a lot, apparently. Yeah, I mean, I would just say, I don't really know. Can't really remember past like 10th grade, so.
Okay.
That's just from what I've heard from others, is that's how I was. So.
Before 10th grade, you mean? You can't remember before 10th grade. Okay. So then we said you peaked early.
Yeah.
At 10th grade, 16-year-old self. What advice would you give to your 16-year-old self?
Learn more than just basketball, you know? That's pretty much all I did in high school, and I'm kind of regretting it now, you know? I wanted to learn guitar.
You won a state championship. You made it, you know, you
yeah,
got lots of time.
I don't regret anything.
You got lots of time.
But I would just tell him to maybe learn some more stuff other than basketball.
If Hollywood made a movie about you, who would you like to see them cast as you? Without hesitation.
Easy question.
Easy, okay. MSU or U of M?
U of M.
Jordan or LeBron?
That's not even, for people who ever have this debate, I mean, I don't know how you could. It's MJ all day, and you're honestly not a true basketball fan if you think it's LeBron.
Strong statement. So LeBron, is he in the conversation?
I mean, he's definitely top 3, but he's just not the GOAT.
He's not even top 2?
Top 3.
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. You got to start one, cut one, bench one.
Start Jordan, bench Kobe, cut LeBron.
Wow.
Here's my main argument. You know, LeBron's played 21 years now. I would rather take Jordan's 14 years of greatness than LeBron's 21 years of pretty goodness.
Pretty goodness. If you can't see this, his little brother is freaking out off stage. off camera, I should say. He's a huge LeBron fan. He thinks LeBron is the GOAT. So we need to let you guys just get on here and debate Jordan versus LeBron. I have my
It's no
opinions,
debate. It's no
but
debate.
I'll save that for another day.
No debate.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Okay, so tell us about the mustache.
You know, honestly, the reason for the mustache is just to show that I just don't care. You know, it's just like something that like I'm gonna grow it because I want to. People are gonna hate it, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna be me. You know.
The hate like fuels the
Yeah.
mustache fire.
Yeah, the
like
more
every
people
time
hate
someone
it,
makes
the-
fun of him, he just keeps growing it bigger. He's buying like oils to make it more like vibrant and lush. But it's something. It's a statement for sure.
Don't care, man.
Is the
Just something I
mustache
wanna
going to be
do.
forever? Like wedding day, where you're going to have pictures for the rest of your life? Will the mustache make the cut?
It might. You know, I think it might. We'll
Maya
see.
likes the mustache, doesn't she?
She just likes me. So
Oh.
don't matter if I have a mustache, a mullet. It's just.
All right. Tell us about Chunk.
Oh, Chunk, that's my puppy that me and Maya bought together. It was our dog Willow. She had puppies, and this little puppy.
He's not little.
He's not little anymore. I mean, he
wasn't
still
little
is,
at
but
all.
He's the thickest. He's the thickest puppy. He's a little Shih Tzu, little thickest Shih Tzu puppy I've ever seen.
He's a little Shih Tzu.
Yeah. And he's so adorable, and I love him. And what's funny is he has nasal problems, so
Because he's fat.
He's just like a bullied little fat kid that no one likes. So I'm like, I'll take
like
you in.
him.
I'll take you in, son. And he snorts a lot and he snores.
He
But
does.
it's adorable. You know, I love him. He
dog-
loves me. He's obsessed with me. Every time I come in the door, it's nice to have him, you know, crawling on my feet, sniffling at me. You know, every
Yeah.
time I come in the door, it's adorable. It's adorable. I love him.
That's the nice thing about a dog is no matter what, like nobody will ever be as excited to see you as that dog.
Exactly.
Like,
Love
your
coming
kids
home and-
won't, your family, your wife definitely won't.
Yeah.
But your dog is just every day you come home, he's gonna wag his tail, ready to see you snorting all over you.
Exactly.
This dog, like he's gonna die of congestive heart failure at like 6 months. Like he's so fat. They called him Chunk because he's just this fat little ball of hair.
He's a
And
big
I mean,
boy.
when he was first born, like he was eating nonstop. Like Willow, my poor dog, was just had to run away from him literally just for him to stop eating. And he now is bigger than her almost,
Yeah.
and he bullies her around.
Yeah,
but
he's-
I had to when we had our power outage last week. I slept downstairs, and he's in a little pen down there. That dog snores louder than any human I've ever heard. Kept me awake all night. But he is adorable. He is adorable. All right. Tell us about Maya. You mentioned her a few times.
Yeah. Maya, I mean, we kind of grew up with each other just because we, you know, went to the same school, same church. So known her pretty much since second grade. We developed an interest for each other in ninth grade and worked together pretty much all throughout high school, and then officially started dating like 2 months after we graduated high school. So it's been great. I love her. She's a great part of my life, and she's
the one?
I think she's the one. She's obsessed with me, which is a good, you know, that's a bonus. Not many people are, so you know, I feel special. And,
That's the quality,
and
right?
she's Latina, so she can make amazing tacos, which is a huge bonus.
What a charmer.
If anything-
She's obsessed with me. She can make tacos.
And she's just
Love
the
it.
sweetest. She's sweetest to everyone. She.
There you go.
I
You're
never
on the
s-
right track now. Go with that.
Listen, the thing I love most about her is I've never seen her not at least try to smile, even if she's mad or sad. She's always trying to be happy, always trying to show everyone that she's happy. So
Cue the music. You ended that right. All right, so good job.
I love her.
But it is good if you have someone that's obsessed with you, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
you're
that's
obsessed
a
with her.
plus. Exactly. I'm
So
obsessed with
it's
her.
a mutual
It's a
thing.
mutual obsession.
Mutual obsession. All right. Favorite quote.
I was debating on two when I was thinking about this. Number one would be "With great power comes great responsibility" by Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben, Spider-Man.
And then my other one. So on The Office, Michael Scott, they ask him, "Would you rather be feared or loved?" And he says, "Would I rather be feared or loved?" I say both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me, and that's just
Maya is afraid of how much she loves you.
It's just a great quote.
What is your favorite podcast?
No easy way out. Oh, and also other ones would be "Congratulations" with Chris D'Elia.
That's a good
which
one.
is now what's the studio called?
Super Cult
Super
Studio.
Cult
Or no,
Studios.
Super good.
And then "Bad Friends" is another one that I listen to. It's just really funny.
Favorite movie? We know this already. But
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
favorite sibling?
Okay. I would say Lydia. Lydia
That's
gets
everyone's favorite
Lydia
sibling.
gets on my nerves at least.
She's a perfect
sweet.
child.
She's good, and she loves basketball. So.
And she's obsessed with me, so I like her for that. Favorite way to spend a Sunday?
Honestly, besides going to church, which is super important to me, I love going to church. Just taking a nice Sunday afternoon nap.
That is great.
It's amazing.
Nothing like a Sunday afternoon nap. Favorite place you've ever been?
Ooh, Mexico. Love Mexico. I would go back in a heartbeat.
180 tacos in one sitting?
Yeah, we went with a group and we ate 180 tacos. There's 22 of us. We had 180 tacos. I had 13 tacos. Another day I had 8 tacos. Like, I could live off tacos. They're amazing.
All right. So then that leads to the next question is, if you had one last meal, what would you be eating?
I would say steak still. A nice a nice thick ribeye, cooked medium rare, for sure.
Grilled by your father.
All right. Well, that's debatable, but
Okay. And then what is success to Micah Nash?
that's a good question. It's hard to say what success is at 19 years old, but I would say success to me, when I felt successful is when I truly started thinking about, for me, I'm a person of faith. I'm a Christian. It's super important to me. So for me, when I became successful is when I realized, like, it doesn't matter what others think of you or how others perceive you or how maybe you feel like you should be to yourself. It's how God sees you, and are you giving your best for God? Are you living to please Him and living for His approval rather than man's approval? Because that's really all that matters. If you're on God's side and you got God with you, that you can conquer anything. So if you can get to the point where all you care about is being right before God and just living your best for Him, that's true success to me.
It's a great answer. Me and your mom did all right with you, man. That's a great answer.
Did all right, yeah.
If you could broadcast a message to the entire world right now, what would it say?
Jesus loves you. Jesus died for your sins, and He wants to spend eternity with you, but you can't spend eternity without Him. So accept Him as your Savior. Know that He died for you because He loves you, and that's the most important message ever told.
Good message. In your opinion, what sets a successful person apart from an unsuccessful person?
Being able to take the hard times, like I said. If during the hard times you're an awful person, and then when it's going good, you're giving full effort, but then when it's bad, you're giving up or cutting out, then it's not true success. You're just only there for the good times. You're not there for the struggle, and there for the true tests.
All right. Last question. We made it to number 50. Ready? With everything going on in your life right now, dog, mustache, Maya, AZEE, Spider-Man, tacos. What makes you most happy these days?
Life.
Do you have a great life?
I have a great life. I would just say the people that I know, man. I know some pretty great people, and they've been a huge blessing in my life. I've had a lot of people who have invested into me, which is a total blessing. I got a great girlfriend, got a great family, got great friends, got great brothers in Christ that I can look to. So I would just say the people in my life is what make me happy the most. I love being around them, and I love being able to help them and getting advice from them. So I would just say that, and then God, always makes me happy. So having God in my life and having Him put these people in my life is a true blessing. That's what makes me happiest.
Okay, so before we end the show, as sometimes he does, Mr. Lambert has come up with another crazy game for us to play. And since our episode was a lot about sneakers, today we're doing a little game called Name That Sneaker. So we've brought in my son, who says that he knows more about sneakers than both of us. And he has chosen randomly selected 9 sneakers. And we have to then... Okay, so why don't you tell us what we got to do here?
So I've selected some sneakers that you should know. And if you don't, I'll be a little disappointed.
Okay.
These are pretty big in the sneaker community. Most of them, at least.
A big community.
And so we're going to flip to the sneaker. And the first person who knows it is going to tap on their button, press on their button, and they're going to tell me the answer. If they get it wrong, the other person will have one guess. And then if you both get it wrong, I will tell you the answer, and you will feel like less of yourself.
Less of a man.
Yes.
So do we have to name just the sneaker or like...
The sneaker, the number of the sneaker, and the name, not the colorway, because the colorway could be something like...
So like
neon
Jordan
green,
1
black.
origin story. Like that's,
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's... Okay, so... Okay. I think we can do that. Now, what's the winner get? Just bragging rights of who's the second?
The
most knowledgeable?
winner, I will say, is knows the second most.
Okay. Well, hey, that's something.
You'll have my respect.
All right. Are we ready to go?
We're ready to go.
All right. So what do we do first here?
You're gonna have to scroll through.
So I'm gonna have to scroll.
I can do it. I can do it. I got my hand here.
Okay.
All right. Ready? First sneaker is.
That was me.
That was Micah.
That is the Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott Reverse Mocha.
Ding 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 ding
Ding
ding.
ding ding.
I wouldn't have got reverse mocha. I would have just said Air Jordan 1 Travis Scott.
Because you're the third most.
The
in
third
know
most.
about stuff.
Hey, that's all right. Every parent wants their kids to supersede them, even if it's in sneakers.
You need to
All right,
bend
ready?
All
Number
right.
2 here.
Yep. Oh, that was Dad.
That is the Air Jordan 2 Amamanier.
Yeah.
Hey.
It probably didn't work.
1-1.
that.
The score's 1-1.
All right.
Oh, boom
I don't know what these buttons are saying, Casey, but
Boom shakalaka. Boom
oh,
shakalaka.
NBA Jam. All right. Number 3.
Micah.
That is the Air Jordan 3.
Well, if he doesn't.
Hold on. Air Jordan 3.
His timer's 5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2. Father Tony.
Air Jordan 3 Black
I
Cement.
know.
Yeah.
As soon as you
All
hit
right,
the button, I knew
2-1.
it.
2-1.
You're going down, son.
Dang it,
You're
I know.
going
Game's getting
down
hot.
for real.
Game's getting hot. Next
Ready?
one.
I have the disadvantage too of like the
Yeah,
multi-hand
I- I
operation.
should
Oh, what the heck is that?
Air
is
Jordan
that?
4 Dornbecker.
The Air Jordan 4
Supermans.
Dornbecker.
I've never seen that shoe before. That's
Maybe.
hideous.
No
Most popular, one of the most
Superman
popular
shoe?
Jordan 4s
One of the
all
most
time.
popular Jordan 4s of all time.
I disagree.
Well, you're
My-
not, you're
my-
player-
Several
that's why
thousand
you're number
dollars.
3.
Based on my authority, it's
Player
unpopular.
number
Well.
3.
All right, that's an ugly shoe. I would never wear it.
It is ugly.
Micah.
Air Jordan 5 DJ Khaled. We the
Don't-
best.
Don't bring out the
He's
lobster.
the
Don't
best.
bring out the
Bring out the whole ocean.
Tell him to bring out the
Just
whole
roll a bunch
ocean.
of
I had to
DJ
put that one
Khaled
there.
clips.
Tell him to bring that
God
out.
did.
God did.
We the best.
Man, I would not have got that one
the
either.
best
So
mute.
what's the score?
Doses, right? Oh,
3-2,
3-2.
though.
3-2.
Oh,
my
I'm winning.
goodness. Oh,
3-2.
Casey's holding the score. Okay, I
3-2.
gotta get on my game here.
Oh, Micah.
Air Jordan 6 Carmen.
Cardinal.
Carmen.
Cardinal.
Air Jordan 6 Carmen.
Carmine, yep.
Carmine.
Carmine.
I'm falling apart.
Falling
here.
apart.
See, I stay with like more of the mainstream Jordans. These guys get into like the crazy colorways.
Plays number 3.
Carmine is like the only Jordan 6 colorway that people know.
The Cardinal.
Cardinal.
I don't know what that is.
I know that one.
Cardinal.
All right.
And the Chicago. And the Midnight Navy.
Next one, bud.
All right.
Oh, that was pretty close. One
That was
sec.
me.
Tony, okay.
That is the Air Jordan. I think that's a 7. And it's the Team USA. Air Jordan 7 Team USA. Olympic.
There you go.
That's
Olympic.
fine.
Olympic.
Yeah,
I
okay.
knew that. It was easy.
All
All
right.
right.
My butt didn't work.
All right.
How many? What's the score? 4-3. We got 2 more left. I got to get this one, or I'm cooked.
You didn't even.
I don't know what it is.
Air Jordan 4.
I just tried to-
Hey,
Hold on, I'm
hey,
gonna guess though.
What's that good?
It's the Jordan 4 Barney.
Hold on. No. These are the Air Jordan 4 Friends and Family Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Friends and family Travis Scott. Come on, Travis. Do better. Change it.
All right, this last one.
All right. So I guess this is. I mean,
I got the dub, but
wins.
time to slaughter him. I guess.
He wins, but
Go
we got
for the
we got
knockout.
one more.
go for the knockout. All right. Here we go. Oh, I have no idea what
Air
that
Jordan
is.
1 High Gatorade
Air Jordan 1 High Gatorade.
or Voltage, right? Or Volt.
I mean,
The
you
thing
could
about
say
sneakers is
yellow,
there's a couple different names
it's
for 'em.
cyber, but yeah,
Yeah, it's based
Yeah.
off Gatorade though.
it's Gatorade.
So
All right. So apparently my knowledge of Air Jordan rare sneakers is not as high as my 2 sons. Good job,
It's
son.
in fact low.
You beat me. Isaiah, any closing words?
Closing words. I know the most. Micah knows the second most, and you now know the third most. Closing
But I know
words.
more than Elijah. We know that.
Well, he knows little.
All right. Well, back to the show. Great job, son. You did it. Studio audience, round of applause. I feel like we know everything about you now, and I feel like our audience knows a lot about you. So thank you for coming on and hanging out with Dad and sharing some of that with us.
good time. I have to do it more
Appreciate it.
often.
I look forward to seeing how we're going to grow together, and maybe that will be at AZEE. Maybe God has other plans, but either way, I'm excited that you're processing things through the right lens.
Mm-hmm.
You got your head on straight. You're thinking about what's right, And I think the thing that any parent really wants for their kid is just that they're a good human and that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, put on this earth to do. And that's what me and your mom want for you. So we're just pleased that you are pursuing those things, and make sure you keep that a priority. All right. So usually at this time we give our guests an opportunity to plug anything they want to plug. So you want to plug AZEE? You want to plug, what do you want to plug?
Follow AZEE on all the socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Follow AZEE, see what we're doing here. You'll see a lot of the videos that I make on the YouTube channel. So go to the YouTube channel, watch the videos that I produce, because I put a lot of time and effort in those. So if you want to give those a look, they're good. Watch our documentary, No Quit. It'll give you some inspiration.
It definitely will.
And just, keep up with us. There's a lot going on. You don't want to miss it.
All right, good plug, good plug. Well, thank you for joining us. If you're still with us, I appreciate that. We couldn't have our show without our audience and without our followers, so thank you for tuning in. As my mother always said, you can't and never could until you tried. So go out there and try something great, my friends, and don't take the easy way out. We'll see you next time.